Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saeed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Thursday the 14th of April 2022, right here in Trinidad and Tobago. We are streaming live from Carolina Savannah Road in Shogunas, as well our studio, our office are also there. Viewers, we are live on Synergy. So call your friends, call your family, let them know Real Talk with Saieed Ali is going live on Synergy Television. Remember, we are also on YouTube. TT Real Talk, subscribe, hit the bell and you will know when we go live. We are also live on our Facebook page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. So a special good night to you, Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean and around the globe. And a happy and holy Easter weekend to the Christian community in Trinidad and Tobago, as they are about to celebrate Good Friday tomorrow. So viewers, as we start off our program tonight we want to touch on the school system in Trinidad and Tobago. We want to touch on this tonight, and I want to hear your views on it, viewers. 238-6716 is our phone line to call in live on studio, where you can drop your comments. You could let us know what is taking place also. So as we start our program, burdened by the rising cost of school supplies, some parents are finding it difficult to purchase back to school supplies, saying they may be forced to keep their children at home if they do not get assistance. One parent called on the government to provide uniform grant before the start of the new school term. She revealed that schools book bag ranging from $250 to $475. The marketing assistant at Keith Khan's bookstore, Azim Idu, agreed that the price had skyrocketed because of the rising shipping costs and increased in cost of material. He stated that a school coverall went up by $30 and the shirt by $5 or $6, and added that the price hike in book bags and stationery also went up. Despite the increase, he added that his company has been offering discounts and donations, providing free uniforms for the Islamic home. So viewers, tonight we want to touch on the issue of schools. Now, we are in the month of April. Schools have been closed for 2 weeks for Easter, so which leaves 2 more weeks in April. And then we have May, June, and then in July, August vacation starts. So do you think the government should have continued the online classes for the next 10 weeks in Trinidad and Tobago? Now this would give parents enough time to accumulate some funding for when the new school term open in September 2022. I want to hear your take on it tonight, because I will tell you something. I will tell you something. What ministers don't understand is that every single month they collect their stipend, they collect their allowances, they collect their perks, and on top of that, they collect their flat salary, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. And now I want you to understand this. We are still in the pandemic. Not all businesses that are open in Trinidad and Tobago. From the 19th of April, the entire workforce of Trinidad and Tobago will be going out back full. Imagine that, all the time they was home. Because some business open and some could not. But on the 19th of April, this month, 2022, the entire workforce population in Trinidad and Tobago will go back to work, who have jobs to go back to. Right? And also on the 19th of April 2022, gas will be going up by $1 per liter, and that is where every item that is being sold in Trinidad and Tobago, every item will have an increased price to it. So do you think tonight, my main question to you tonight is, do you think the Ministry of Education should have allowed for the next 10 weeks online classes? Caller, good night.
Saeed, good night.
Go right ahead, my dear. Live on Real Talk.
Saeed, we spoke about this already.
Yes.
And I said it was in poor taste of the government to reopen school at such a spur of the moment, seeing that a lot of parents unemployed, one parent working in the household, no food discrimination in the school, where who are working and who working, the children will get food and the other children can't get food. Parents are overburdened. It is a fact. Parents are complaining they can't even buy uniform because remember those children outgrow those overalls and shirts and shoes and pants. It is so unfair. Why didn't the government think before acting irrational?
Correct.
And opening schools now to give parents a little time so even family could help them? So September, everybody will be much more prepared. Saeed, this is the worst time. This is the worst time for parents now. I am a grandparent. I ain't even a parent, and the burden is here. The burden, I'm seeing the burden that is affecting my children. To rush now and buy overalls. Some have to get books on all sides, book bag, lunch bag, because these things no good for the last 2 years. It is so unfortunate that this government did this to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear. I want to hear from the parents tonight. I want to hear from the parents. I want to hear from the fathers. I want to hear from the grandmothers. I want to hear from the wife. You know, the workforce. I want to hear from you all tonight. We dedicated tonight just for this. Because I can tell you something. School have been down for the last almost 2 years. Almost 2 years. Why not wait 10 months again and give the parents enough time to gather funds? To gather funds. Oh, keep this in mind, eh? At the end of August or July, when school closed for the July-August vacation, keep in mind they're getting bookless. Correct now? Keep in mind they're getting bookless. So just imagine, student now going back to school. You have to get proper gear to go back to school. Plus books, proper bag, dress for school. And in 10 weeks time, no, at the end of 2 weeks, May will begin. And you will have exactly 8 weeks before you set yourself to go into another expense for when school starts off a new school term in September 2022. So why is it that the Ministry of Education rushed to send the children back to school and then allow them to continue the online classes for the next 10 weeks? That will give the parents enough time to accumulate proper funding, so that when their school closes in July and they get their book list, they will have enough funding to purchase everything to send that child to school in a new school, in a new standard, with new books. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Good night, sir. I am a grandparent with 3 motherless children. They took away my children, they took away the grant from the children. The mother passed away 5 years ago. You know what they said? That I am getting pension. So they take away the grant. Right now, Mr. Saeed,
yes,
I have a granddaughter that she was 12 last week. She would not be able to go to school because she needs glasses. And I really and truly, I feel putting them back on 90 until September what? I feel that will be a good, because I have no devices right now, and at least I might be able to get some help somewhere for somebody to help me to get for them. Though they are not prepared. They are not prepared right now.
Thank you, my friend, for highlighting it. Viewers, tonight, call your friends, call your family. Tonight, the 14th, Thursday, the 14th of April, we only highlighted on the school issues tonight. Yes, I have a script. We will get up-to-date news, but I want to hear what you have to say concerning this. Imagine school opening back. School opening back. We have 10 more weeks before a new term starts. But you decide to bring your kids out, the government decide to bring the children out now, 10 weeks before the new school term starts. 2386716 viewers. So as we move forward, the Oilfield Workers Trade Union, OWTU, is rubbishing Minister of Finance, Colin Imbert. Now, fuel hike defense that TNT has the second lowest fuel price in the Caribbean, saying that citizens of those countries enjoy a better standard of living. How do you know, Colin, that they enjoy a better standard of living? How do you know that? How could you speak about another country, better standard of living, while you could have made the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago live proper and comfortable because you are the Minister of Finance? OWTU President General Ansel Roger accused Imbert of deceit following an announcement that the government would increase fuel price on April 19th. Caller, good night.
Sally, good night.
Good night, my friend.
I would like to know if COVID done in Trinidad and Tobago. Because you're calling out people, innocent children, standard 1, standard 2. And 3, what kind of preparation does school have?
Correct.
Right? A child will wear mask from 8:30 in the morning to 2:30 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Children will mix and meddle. They want to kill people's children. Parents look at that. Have a blessed night.
Thank you, my friend. Back to OWTU. The OWTU said citizens now faces this problem because the government closed Petrotrin and its Point-à-Pierre refinery in December 2018. Roger stated that the government lied and divided the population, giving the impression that Petrotrin was leaking money and by closing it would leave more funding for the government to open schools, increase hospital beds, and improve the road condition. Roger said the refinery always imported oil from its inception to closure. He said TNT consumes approximately 30,000 barrels of fuel daily. He also added that it was the first time citizens to stand with the OWTU and like-minded organization to tell the government that enough is enough and all must benefit from the fruit of the land. Remember Monday night, I believe, we played a video where I believe it was Imbert said that they were leaking US. The refinery were leaking US, millions of US dollars leaked. How could millions of US dollars be leaked? How? I tell you, what Paria fuel making presently, the refinery could have been making that money. Take what I'm telling you. All the government had to do was to reshuffle the board and we good to go. So I ask myself, did the government of the day shut down the Point-à-Pierre refinery to pave the way for Heritage Petroleum? Ask yourself that question. Caller, good night.
Hi,
Hi, a pleasant good night to you, Saeed. I'm
Go
a
right
regular
ahead.
listener and a watcher to your program.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Yes. What I'm saying is that you could open the school on the 19th, but what I'm saying is that they can leave the infants 1 and 2 until September, because my daughter has to turn her to school on the Tuesday. She's an infant 1. I worried up for her, only child I have, for the mask on her face from 8:30 to 2:30. I just worried for my child. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant night. Bye-bye.
You too, my dear. You know, it's hard, you know. We as adults that cannot keep on a mask whole day. What about the ones who have breathing problem? What about the ones who have asthma? What about those individuals? What about those individuals? Did parents cater for them? Did the Ministry of Education cater for these little children? You're going to tell me you want to put a 5-year-old in first year with a mask on? You could barely get a 5-year-old to sit down and eat comfortable. You want them to wear a mask? Is the Minister of Education, is she waking or is she sleeping? Or is her advisors some clown? Does her advisors have children? I'm asking, you know. I'm asking. Because the entire population of Trinidad and Tobago is uproaring about this situation, and they are just making decisions however they see it fit. However they see it fit. Because keep in mind, the cabinet took a decision to raise the fuel price because of the fact that Ukraine and Russia at war. Guyana cabinet decided to drop the price of fuel because Russia and Ukraine at war. Miyamoto's cabinet in Barbados decided to drop the fuel price because Russia and Ukraine is at war. But we clumsy head cabinet ministers here decide to raise it. And then we have now, we bald head prime minister now would tell Rodney Charles what you have with Guyana. The cabinet in Guyana making it easy for his people, while our cabinet here wants to pressure our people. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night. I'm calling in with respect to the reopening of school.
Yes, go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Right. I am calling against the reopening of schools. I know that there are a lot of parents under stress right now. However, I feel that one of the reasons that they are reopening is because a lot of children, based on what I'm seeing, they have not been able to be online, as well as some of the parents were not able to facilitate, right? They are learning at home. And a lot of the children are left with their grandparents. Now September is a new term, right? Which means that they are supposed to be advancing. So this time period here is really for teachers to meet one-on-one, face-to-face, to lend that extra support to parents as well as the children. And, you know, because they can't stand up a child, it will be only hurtful to the child to stand them up without having a solid foundation in their previous years. As well as I understand, some children have not gotten books as yet. Now, parents were supposed to get books as if school was reopening past September, right? And there is the, for parents who need support with uniforms, there is the uniform exchange program. Also, I bought 2 uniforms for my children, which means I have to make the sacrifice to wash and prepare them so that they'll have uniforms to go to school. So, yes, while I understand parents are concerned, I am also a parent as well. And I think that at this stage, let's say not to put any blame on the government or to put blame on the government, I think we just need to kind of move forward and see how it works out, especially for the children who are excited to go back out. There are provisions also made for mask wearing in the schools, whereby they did state that children with medical conditions or who are asthmatic, there will be provisions for children to catch air. They will be allowed to eat, have their normal lunch. I think one of the things is less play, right? So, I mean, the schools, the principals, they have met with parents, and they are all trying to make the provisions. Parents need to work with the schools and the principals, and don't get flustered, because we'll be only, it's like SEA, just adding more stress on the child when they see the parents flustered. And parents who need help, they can reach out to the principals of schools to get extra help in terms of uniform. Some children are also without meals. There is the school feeding program, which will also start up as well. So I, as a parent, right, the only breadwinner in my home, have to take advantage and use some of these things until things can improve, you know. But I cannot say I will sit down and question and wonder why the government is reopening schools now. I know the children need that extra push and face-to-face, but parents who cannot do it, as well as the children, are looking forward.
Now,
so
understand.
Yes, I am worried, but at the
understand.
same time, you know, we just have to try to work together and send the children out to school, you know, less flustered than they already are.
All right, stay on the line.
That's my take on the whole situation.
Stay on the line. I want to have a discussion with you. Now, earlier in our discussion, you said some of them did not receive devices, uniforms, books, up to presently, right? So, in the next 10 weeks, we're going to start a complete new term. If they cannot provide for it now, how do you think they will provide for it when a new term starts in 10 weeks' time?
You see, provision of educational items and other items to children is the parents' responsibility, right? And there is help that parents can seek from the schools. For example, there are books available. There are free giveaways. There's uniform exchange program. I think awareness is one of the main things that we have to, you know, be on the lookout for, especially now. There's so much free giveaways, free items that parents can't access.
Who is providing the free items?
Right. So there's a uniform exchange program, one. So parents who are without uniforms, they can look into the uniform exchange program. They can also reach out to the principals of different schools, right? With respect to books, there are second-hand books available, giveaways, and there are also books. Schools supposed to have libraries where children can obtain books. Children who are unable to afford these books, they can reach out in addition to the packages that teachers will be assisting them with. So when they go out to school, you know, there will be that additional assistance. And as I said, there will be the box lunch starting up. So children who really need the meals, they will have meals being, you know, offered to the children. I know principals of all the schools had meetings with each standard, right? And they would have, the ministry would have sent out some information as well for parents to please put their name on the school feeding program if the lunches are needed for the children, so at least their meals will be taken care of as well. So it's just really us parents to try to come together and push around just to get the basic things. So even if it means one uniform that you have to wash and iron, it's just 10 weeks as you said, but within that 10 weeks, we know the child, the face-to-face, and Miss will be able to pick up on students who are weaker, and I think that, you know, that's what I want for my children, so that they can go out and, you know, Miss will be able, also will be able to pick up on areas where they would have, where I would have fell short of in, you know, being responsible for them during that time period.
Okay, now so, I do...
You know, it's just, you know, it's a fun, I guess. You know, it's a difficult time, but some level of understanding, you know, and I was scared as well to send out my children and the mask wearing wholly, but children, believe you, they are adaptable creatures, they adapt very well, and for the parents who are listening, please, if your child is sick or has some, please get a letter to give to the principal, and your child will be accommodated as best as they can.
Could you tell us what the department of the ministry you represent?
I'm just a parent. I don't work in the ministry. I just have been following the situation for some time, as I said. I'm a single parent, and I'm trying to follow everything. There are groups on Facebook. There's trainingmoms.com. There's different groups where they should look. A parent put up free sneakers in Marabella, right? And she has been putting up for a few days now. to come and get speakers. So, you know, we follow all these things. I try to get as much information. I am not representing any ministry, right? I do not work as a teacher or any such thing. And I assure you of that. But as a parent watching what's happening, I will really want the children who have not been able to get their education at home to go out to school with the other children so that they can, you know, come up with the other children, because there are many children who, as I said, some of them have not been online, you know, in parents.
No, we understand that. We understand that.
You know, so we want everybody, well, I will want everybody to be at the standard of, you know, children. For example, I work have a child, so I will want other children to be at the level that they are at, you know, because as a parent, you want to see all your children succeed. So I really wish the best to all the parents. I hope that they reach out. Now is our time for reaching out. If you don't have anything, I will advise that parents reach out, see what they can do. As I said, I only wash uniforms for my children, which I will be washing and ironing every night as these few weeks. And September, I mean, it's not the responsibility of the government, but we know we have to books to buy every year, you know.
It is not the responsibility of the government, right? But what we are looking at the timing. It's just 10 weeks
I
away.
know what happened is, what I felt is that because of the dip in the COVID, that is why they took it's like kill two birds with one stone. That's what my husband and I were talking about the other night. Like, why are they going to do this? Because we were saying, why are they going to do this? I'm the only one who's saying, why are they going to do this now? People lost their jobs, they lost their businesses, everything is increasing. It's like, it can send you literally mad. But when we look, we look at the pro and cons, and we try to look at the negative, as I am trying to look at more the positive side of things. And I said, you know what? Now is the time to take the opportunity for the children who really need it to reach up at that level, to be at the level of other children who may have had better homeschooling. You know, yes, they were online, but as I said, some children still do not have all the books and so on, and it is a concern, right? So I think that once the teacher can meet face to face with them and in some way bring them up with the other children, because I would not want to send my child up or any other child up to a standard where they are left behind, they're confused, you know, they're going up and they don't know the foundation of the school. So I think that those are the two main reasons why, that's what I came up with on my own, why they sent up, why they would want to open school now.
My darling, I do thank you for all the information, but if you could get some of the numbers for me, that they are organization that is giving out free stuff to students, feel free to WhatsApp me 267-7325, and I will gladly put the numbers on air that parents can go to these organizations.
I can WhatsApp you. Parents could also reach out to their individual school principals at the same time, and they can also search for these groups on Facebook and Google.
Thank you so much, my dear, for the information.
Okay, no problem.
Take care. So now, viewers, with the Easter weekend fast approaching, Health Minister Terence Dial Singh, hey, you're going to love this, you know. All you would love this. Health Minister Terence Dial Singh has put the country on notice with regards to the spread of the COVID-19 virus, calling for the exercising of heightened vigilance and personal risk assessment. Hear this. Hear this. Dial Singh stated that the country has made some very hard won gain and was in good place because of hard work by the medical team, sacrifice by the business community, and place of worship. Listen to this.
I just want to say that we have made some very hard-won gains. The place that we are in now, we are only here because of hard work by the medical team, by sacrifices by the business community, by sacrifices by individuals, places of worship. And I just want to remind the country that 3,787 people have in fact succumbed to the disease. And many, not many, some are still succumbing, albeit in small numbers. And these are mainly the elderly and the unvaccinated. So there are some lessons there for us.
Now, viewers, he said that the strong recommendation that the ministry can give is one of personal family responsibility based on their risk assessment and tolerance for possible acquiring COVID.
I think the strong recommendation that we can give this morning is one of personal and organizational and family responsibility based on your risk assessment, your tolerance for possibly acquiring COVID, getting COVID, taking it home to your unvaxxed elderly who are still succumbing to the disease, albeit in small numbers.
Now hear this. The Alsing reminded persons that only 50% of the population is vaccinated, and if they are in any setting such as a workplace or social setting with someone close who is without a mask, then that person can be a danger to them.
Remember that 50% of our population is vaccinated. So in any setting that you are in, whether it's a workplace, whether it's a social setting, a wedding, a funeral, a party, especially if someone is close to you without a mask and you don't know that person, remember that that person is a danger to yourself. The person standing next to you, if you're in a crowd of 100 people, based on the 1-in-2 ratio, 50 of those people are unvaccinated and pose a threat to you. And then you could take this virus home, infect your elderly, infect anybody who is unvaccinated, infect your community, shut down your workplace, your department. And we are getting some reports that certain organizations are reporting localized outbreaks in some work settings.
This man have the guts to come out and tell the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that if someone close to you is without a mask, then that person can be a danger to them. Let me tell this grey-head man something. When they had Taste of Carnival, when the health ministry gave the government the okay to keep Taste of Carnival, were they studying anybody with a mask next to them could be a danger to them? When this grey-head man come out and tell the population if they get tested for positive, you could home quarantine. How much of them you infected in home, the Alsing? How much of them? How much? They say when you're getting grey hair, wisdom just come to you, but it look like you're getting more dumb. Yes, I'm telling you it on national television. You have to be the biggest clown in Trinidad. You give the government okay to keep Taste of Carnival. You didn't study about asymptomatic carriers? Or they had safe zone where the vaccinated and the unvaccinated could get COVID. But you didn't study how much hundreds of them was in a ban, laying down the place, drinking and fetting and liming. You didn't study how much of them had COVID. Even though you have the vaccinated card, you still get COVID. They are saying you didn't study that. How much hundreds of thousands get contaminated with COVID-19? Were you studying that? Now you have the balls to come out and tell the situation. You have the guts. You have the body. Better you didn't have no grey head. You come out and now tell them if someone is close to you without a mask, then that person could be a danger to them. What kind of dumb, dirty, stupid answer you come out in the public with the Alsing? And then when you get COVID-19 now, you test positive now, you are asked to quarantine in your house, your home, where the siblings and the family dwelling, so you're not contaminating them to the Alsing. Everybody going to school to learn. You going down in age and you're like you're getting senile. I'm telling you. If nobody in Trinidad and Tobago ain't putting you in your place, Mr. Man, I will definitely put you in your place. For a minister in the Ministry of Health, let me tell you something, brother man. You're coming on the wrong platform and you're uttering the wrong set of words. Like I said, you have embarrassed Trinidad and Tobago on international levels and you continue doing it. Why do you think Trinidad and Tobago have reached a place where we have vaccine hesitancy? Why? It's because when you come out and make statements like that. Oh, well, if somebody sit down next to you and them have a mask, you could be in danger. Really? When there was whining and jamming, they didn't send them 100,000 to get COVID-19. When you send them home, when they test positive, you didn't study the whole family could have gotten it. You didn't study the whole family could have died. If you feel I'm afraid to tell you something on national television, I will beat you with your own words, Mr. Terence D. Alsing. The minister also gave a catastrophe to citizens to use during Easter weekend and urge persons to be aware and protect themselves. Hold on. When Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley in 2021 told his citizens all they could come to Tobago but behave all yourself. Run the video.
I wanna throw out a catchphrase for us to use as our health watchwords for the next couple of weeks or months, and especially this Easter weekend, where people will be gathering, but we ask people that the catchphrase we want to use is that of heightened vigilance and personal risk assessment. Heightened vigilance and personal risk assessment. Too many businesses have suffered through lockdowns. We don't want to go back there, and hopefully we'll never go back there. Too many people have died. So with the Easter weekend coming up, we want to ask people that this is a time to be aware, a time to be careful, to protect yourself, protect your elderly at home who are still succumbing, protect your workplaces, and also to protect our hospital system.
You hear what he said? I have my team searching for a video for all you. The man said, now is that it's Easter. We are asking you to protect yourself. We are asking you to be safe of yourself. Don't do much gathering. When you have it, tell me. Don't do much gathering. That's the same thing he said for December or coming to Christmas. But in February month, we could have gathered by the hundreds and by the thousands in a safe zone where the vaccinated and the unvaccinated getting COVID-19. The man said, we are approaching the Easter weekend and don't do much gathering because we could spread COVID-19. Listen to this video. Back in 2021, what the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago said.
Next week, the end of next week, we move into Easter. And of course, this is not an Easter. That the story is going to be the ferry. This is going to be an Easter where anybody who wants to go to Tobago can go and come back when you want. So you know what's happening now? Tobago is almost full and overflowing. The place to be is in Tobago. And I tell you, the best vacation you can have at home in Trinidad and Tobago is in Tobago. Go to Tobago if you want, but when you go there, behave yourself.
All you hear that? They are saying where you was last year when he made that statement. Where you was? Terry, where you was? But let me tell you something. If you had only come out and make statement like that, you'd go home one time. You was going home one time. You have the guts and the balls to come out now to tell the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. If someone who's close to you, who is without a mask, then that person can be a danger to you or to them. Terry, where you come from, boy? Where you you drink and you come out on that platform, or when you smoke and you come out on that platform. Last Easter, 2021, you couldn't utter the words you're uttering now. We're still in a pandemic, COVID's still going on, people still dying, but you know what? All you just decide, you know what? We go kind of pat it down. We go pat it down. I wonder if malaria and mumps and yellow fever and heart attack and kidney failure, the vacation finish. So they're coming back to Trinidad, so COVID's stepping out. Terry, I'm going to tell you something. If one hair in your head was black, when Saieed done with you, all go turn grey, you know. Take what I'm telling you. You know why I call it your grey head? Trinidad and Tobago, bring up in this camera here. Trinidad and Tobago, what's something? You see my beard? Watch it. It's grey. Terrence can say what he wants. It's a grey beard man against a grey head man. Switch my back. Let's think it easy. Trinidad and Tobago, let's think it easy. When I come out here and I start to hit all the videos and lyrics about these ministers, you know what they say? Saieed, you're bashing. You so blind and all, you can't see the truth and you can't hear the truth. You know what you're hearing? When you're paying $60 for flour and they go and they tell you $70, that's when you go start bawling. When you're paying $5 for dal and you go next week and they tell you $10 for dal, that's when you go start hearing. Let me tell you something. When gas prices go up, it ain't nothing like PNM people getting away and UNC people feeling it and then PDP might be feeling no, according to Espina, it's all are we getting it. I remember when Espina saying all are going home. But it's all are we getting it. Whether we UNC, whether we PNM, whether we Hindu, whether we Christian, whether we Baptist, whether we red, whether we black. Let me tell you something. It's level right through. Call a good night. Hello?
Good evening to you, Mr. Saieed.
Good afternoon, my friend.
Yes, are you hearing me, sir?
Yes, I'm hearing you, yes.
Okay, good. Very good evening to you, and you have covered everything I wanted to say. But I would just like to wish you, your crew, your staff, and the country by extension a very safe and vigilant Easter. And I want to remind the seagoers, people who go to the beach, you have little kids, please keep an eye on them, supervise them. We have limited lifeguards, we have limited life-saving equipment. Please pay attention. It is in your interest to make sure your kids and your family is safe. And especially on the East Coast, around Easter time, we have a phenomenon called the rip tide or the rip current. You would be standing in the water and all of a sudden you find yourself a little distance away, you get into difficulty. And this is a recipe for disaster. Please, people, please, I'm begging you all, when you go to the beach, pay attention, be careful, look out for each other, have your brother back, have your neighbors back, look, and, you know, enjoy the holidays. Very responsibly, thank you.
To you and your family and friends, my friend, same goes to you as well, from us here at Real Talk Studios.
Thank you so much, Saieed. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, my friend. Minister of Health Terrence Singh have stated that the donation agreement between Trinidad and Tobago and Spain to acquire pediatric Pfizer vaccine for children 5 to 11 years old has been vetted by the Office of the Attorney General and agreed on both parties. Singh stated that Spain has already signed the agreement and TNT will be signing it soon. He added that while the date of arrival is yet to be finalized, the ministry has already stated or started on the logistics to bring in the vaccine.
The last time I was here, exactly 2 weeks ago, I believe, I did say that we had sent the draft donation agreement to the Office of the Attorney General on Legal Affairs for positive vetting. That agreement has been positively vetted, and is in the process of being signed by both parties. Spain has already signed off. We'll be signing off either today or tomorrow.
Olega love this one. Diazing also said that the indemnification compensation for harm or loss agreement is also being worked on. He noted that the batch of 40,000 will expire sometime around October to November, which he believes will be enough time to have the 5 to 11 population vaccinated.
In conjunction with that, we are also working on the indemnification agreement, which is a legal document that is being worked on in tandem. We are not doing it sequentially to save time. And also at the same time, we have also started to work on the logistics to bring the vaccines in. We still don't have a firm date, but all of these activities are going on, not sequentially, but at the same time, so we could speed up the process.
So Trinidad and Tobago, let me just remind you all, I believe some company ran into a bus in Trinidad and Tobago, and they wanted the government to cover the expense and the loss. I believe it was LNG. And they wanted an indemnification agreement so that they wouldn't have to pay. I believe it was $300 million was spent on a bad decision, and they wouldn't have to pay for it, but the government would have to stand the expense. Now, Diazing also stated that the indemnification compensation for harm or loss agreement is also being worked on. So hear this now. If Spain is giving Trinidad and Tobago this 40,000 vials of Pfizer vaccine to vaccinate the children from 5 to 11, if there's any harm or if there's any loss in it, Spain is not responsible. But who is responsible? The government of Trinidad and Tobago. So if Spain lost, understand what I'm saying? The indemnification compensation for harm or loss agreement is also being worked on. If any time in this transaction Spain lost, the government of Trinidad and Tobago will have to foot that bill. That is the agreement based on the donation of 40,000 that they're willing to give Trinidad and Tobago. The last time something similar to this pop up is when we had a non-disclosure agreement. When the government bought COVID-19 vaccine. Let me tell you something. Not even a speck of the dust while the wind blowing could have been released to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago as information. You think the ministry is stupid? No. We taxpaying money have to cover their losses. Let's talk now, Trinidad. Let's talk now. Where in Trinidad and Tobago are you all getting news in depth like this? Nowhere. No news station. No talk show in Trinidad. All getting information like this. Run the last video. The two.
In conjunction with that, we are also working on the indemnification agreement, which is a legal document that is being worked on in tandem. We are not doing it sequentially to save time. And also at the same time, we have also started to work on the logistics to bring the vaccines in. We still don't have a firm date, but all of these activities are going on, not sequentially, but at the same time, so we could speed up the process.
You hear that? Watchman, my job for the last 4 years on Real Talk with Saieed Ali has taken a different turn. My job is to educate and inform you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. That is my job. What other news station doing it like this? What other show on television doing it like this? Caller, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go right ahead.
Saeed, what about all these people who get vaccine injuries and things? What happened to these people now?
Everything back to normal.
Huh? Everything back to normal?
Back to normal. Whether you're vaccinated or not, it doesn't matter again.
No, but I'm talking about the vaccine injuries now. Like people who suffer side effects from the vaccine. What are you to say about that?
We ain't covering that. We them covering. If Spain lost, whatever money Spain lost, the government
know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. I really want to touch on this whole NID issue by side.
Hey, not yet. Hold on. I get the some facts. Tuesday night when we go live, Tuesday night. I hear they want to bring out a penalty, but hold on, caller. We got to talk about it on Tuesday night. Don't bust our ass yet.
No, but I want to ask you something, right? I want to find out something, right? Is there any way that people could work in this country and don't pay NIS?
No, I will tell you something. According to the laws we have, you have to pay NIS, otherwise companies will be held. There's a penalty.
Because let me tell you why. I don't see anything positive coming out from NID anymore, you know. You understand what I'm trying to tell you, right?
I understand. But watch me, I have some Esther boss and I'm on Tuesday next week.
Right? Hold it for Tuesday then.
Hold it for Tuesday. Hold it.
Alright, sir. You enjoy Easter weekend, alright?
Same to you, my friend.
Alright.
So Trinidad and Tobago, if you're interested in making 3.5, if you have 100,000 and you want to get 3.5%, that's 3,500 per year. Contact Saeed. I will show you how to do it. I will show you how to make it. I tell you, watchman, 2022 is a different year, you know. I said that from the beginning. I just waiting for our rating scores. Tell you know how good Real Talk with Saieed Ali did. And how far we come from year number 1 to year number 4 as being... Hold on. Friends and family, if you all looking for some cash borrow, I'm a licensed money lender. If you're looking for some cash borrow, and as long as you have a little collateral, you know when you go to the bank, you have to provide some form of collateral. As long as you have even though you go to the bank and you have collateral, they just turn you down. So while we're on the bank, hear this. A friend of mine went to the bank. I went to the bank with her. She had some money in her bank. Scotia Bank. Now listen to this. I am not going to bad talk Scotia Bank. Scotia Bank have been in Trinidad and Tobago for decades. But listen to this. Some of the managers that are managing these, how to say, these institutions throughout Trinidad. Not too long ago, I believe, I had a fallout with one of them in the Marabella branch, where a woman came to draw her money and the manager was telling her you cannot get it. Here is an incident that happened today. I was with this young lady today in Scotiabank in Price Plaza. Listen to this, like I said, I'm not disputing the bank, you know, but some of the individuals who working in the bank that is feel like that money is them one. So hear this. The individual went to the bank. She said, Saeed, let's go down to the bank. I said, no problem. I went down to the bank with her. She went in the bank. She had some money in her account. She has a checking account and she has a saving account. So she went to transfer some money from her Scotia account in the Price Plaza. I call in the bank. In Price Plaza right in Shogunas. I was there. I am a witness. The woman walking nice. Talked to the teller. The teller said yes, she could transfer the money from her account. She lent she friend some money. Transfer the money from her account to her friend who also have an account in Scotiabank. So hear this. When she went up to the teller, she walked with her letter, because now when you're going to the bank, boy, it's like you have to walk with your death certificate and approval from a magistrate. And also a recommendation from the Commissioner of Police to transfer out to get your own bloody money. So hear this. She went in, she spoke to the teller, she said, I would like to transfer some money from my account to my cousin's account. Both of us hold Scotia account, but in different location, but right here in Shogunas. So she went in, she spoke to the guy who came up to her and asked her what assistance. So he said, there's not a problem. Go up to the teller, explain to the guy, and he will do as you wish. So she had a little letter that she stated she lended she cousin the money. Going up to the teller took her information. Hear this. Her home branch is in Shogunas by the flyover. Busy corner there, there's a Scotia. That is her home branch. But she was in Price Plaza and decided to go Scotia in Price Plaza. So she went into Scotia, do what she had to do, gone up by the teller. The teller said, not a problem. They emailed her home branch. You know, her home branch refused to give the approval to transfer this young lady money on her Scotia account to her cousin account, which is also a Scotia account. The manager's asking this young lady why it is you're giving this woman your money. Let me ask you something, managers of banks in Trinidad and Tobago. Why the hell it is you all are asking your customers what they're going to do with their money? Do you know how that money went there? Do you know how long the young lady working to save her money? Is that your business what the young woman going to do with her money? And I'm going to tell you something, a lot of people in Trinidad and Tobago have been contacting me, saying we need you to highlight that issue. We are having problems with bank on getting our own money. Businessmen have US account, they have money and we can't get it to do business. So I asked the teller, I said, here is now, mister. I said, why it is that my friend cannot transfer her money to her cousin's account? I said, what is the problem? He couldn't answer. I said, get the manager down here. You know, from then to now, I ain't see that manager of Price Plaza. I ain't see that manager yet. Her home branch in Shogunas, busy corner, that's coach right there. They told Price Plaza, why is it that this woman transferring her money to, let me ask you something. When all are pulling all the cover at 5 o'clock in the morning, that young lady is up by 3 o'clock in the morning, hitting the road to go to work. How the hell on earth all you could ask that lady why she giving she cousin money? When she cousin helping she out, where's the manager? Where's the supervisor? Where the hell is the tellers? Let me tell you something. Managers and banks in Trinidad and Tobago, it is not your blasted money. When customers come into your bank to do business, let me tell you something. I went to the bank and cost for a manager, you know. Cost for a manager. Is that your money, mister? No side. So how the hell you could ask me what I'm going to do with my money? When I on the road 2 o'clock in the morning, what are you doing? You hugging up your wife and sleeping. My wife on the bed, she alone. While I making it out there. Central Bank, you need to tell your bank managers in banks throughout Trinidad and Tobago how to conduct because I go tell you something. One of these days, I will come here and I will call names of managers in banks and all of you want to come after me. But let me tell all of you something. Don't bounce all your head. Because all of might get up in the morning and cannot see all the big toe in all your foot. Take what I'm telling all you. Take what I telling all you. You know what I do? You know what I do? They give your manager check and close on your account. She had to leave Price Plaza now. I went with her. Go to her home branch in Busy Corner, Scotiabank, and deposit it now in your checking account. That is what you call stinkness to the highest level. But I waited for the man in Busy Corner. I want to talk to that manager. Tuesday coming. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight. Enjoy the weekend. It's Easter. Don't drink too much. And don't remember the magistrate are working till Tuesday. So until we meet again, be safe and enjoy the weekend.